here.
Watch The Drive by subscribing on our YouTube channel or listen on demand with the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
This show is always going to stand on principles. Dippin' Dots are incredible. Red Lobster is the best restaurant that America has to offer. And baked beans are trash.
You're listening to Kansas City's FM sports station, 96.5 The Fan. Here's C-Dot.
I am in a tremendous mood today. I got a great night's rest. I got free Hawaiian Bros because the Royals scored more than 6 runs. I'm going to the Kentucky Derby later this week, so I got a short week. I am just in a phenomenal mood. But that is not the thing I am most excited about. We always have questions on whether or not these professional sports teams listen to the show. And over the last 10 days, we have gotten confirmation that these teams listen to the show. Now, Rob, I don't need to give up too much of a private conversation, but you got a chance to talk to the owner of the Kansas City Royals. I've never met the man before. You met the man, shook his hand, had a conversation with him. Now, Rob, get back into the camera. What did the owner of the Kansas City Royals tell you? What did he tell you?
He listens to the show.
He said when he is driving home, he listens to the drive. Now, that's all I can say. He said more than that, but he said he listens to the show. And I get calls, so many names on the text line. Oh, if you knew what you were talking about, why don't you go work in the front office? Oh, why don't you become a general manager? That's the text line voice I'm giving you. Have you not seen the Chiefs offseason? You can't tell me Brett Veach doesn't listen to this show. We'll get to that soon enough. But let's do this another day, another dollar, another edition of The Drive. My name is Carrington Harrison, in a phenomenal mood today. Rob Britton is here. He is also in a phenomenal mood. Who would have guessed that the best sports team in Lawrence was the baseball team? It was not the football team. It was not the basketball team. But the Jayhawks baseball team, they're ranked 11th in the country. They just swept K-State. They have each day at 2 o'clock. Number 2, I need you to tell one friend to check out the show. And number 3, and most importantly, I need you to remember that today is a Burgers and Brew Monday with our friends over at the other place. You can get a half-pound specialty burger with some fries for $8.50. You also can get a $3.50 domestic pints. Go see our friends over at the other place. We got baseball coming up. We got the NBA playoffs coming up. There's a lot going on right now. Please go stop by and see our friends over at the other place. All right, enough of me yapping. Can I play something for you guys? Because this just highlights why I am in such a good mood. When I think of music that reminds you of a triumph, when I think of music that reminds you to go out and strive to be your best, when I think of music that just gets me on a high, that communicates, I am feeling good today. I am very happy to be here. This is the music that plays in my head. Hit it, Rob. For 2 years, I sat here and complained about the Chiefs' run game. All I met was opposition. At one part, it was Isaiah Pacheco was enough. Kareem Hunt was enough. And then quickly people realized that no, they were wrong. Then it was positional value. Then it turned into, well, who do you want? Then it turns into, they don't run the football anyway. Can I just take a moment here? Rob, it's not loud enough. Turn my music up. The Chiefs heard me. They heard my cries. They heard my pleas. Run the football. Day 1 of free agency. What did the Chiefs do? They go get Kenneth Walker. A couple of days left in free agency. What do? They go get Amari DeMarcado. I said on this show I would still go get another running back. The text line told me I was crazy. Rob told me I was crazy. What did I say? It's football. Guys get injured. Why don't you stockpile the room? I heard about all this help that people want to get Patrick Mahomes. You know the best way to help him? Be able to turn around and hand the football off. And you get a running back that can get you 6 yards a carry. Oh my goodness. It makes me emotional. I feel like Rocky whenever Adrian looked at him and said, win. I'm looking at Andy Reid right now and I'm saying, run. Oh my goodness, I'm so happy. You can fade the music down, Rob. I wish I could bottle up the emotion that I have right now, knowing that the Kansas City Chiefs not only listen to this show, they also follow the advice of this show. It's enough to bring a tear to your eyes. Now, let's be serious here. I don't have any draft grades for you. If that's what you were coming to this show for, there's plenty of other places that are willing to give you draft grades. I don't care about a draft grade. They are not accurate. But you know what I do care about? I care about the execution of a plan. And you know what we've seen the Chiefs do over the last 3 months? We have seen them execute a plan. One part of the plan was we have to run the football more effectively. The Chiefs were trying to play offense these last 2 years with one arm tied behind their back, and it forced you to try to get excited about 3.5 yards per carry and justify the lack of explosiveness and the lack of production that the Chiefs had in the run game. The Chiefs woke up one day and said, no more. And they have legitimate weapons in the run game. They looked at that running back room and said, you're fired. Everybody, you're out of here. We're not bringing any of you back. And they started over and they started fresh. They got youth and explosiveness and versatility. That is the biggest upgrade that the Chiefs have made this offseason, is when it came to their ability to run the football. That was what I thought the number one issue this offseason was. Now, on the other side, I got to give a nod to Mitch Holthus, voice of the Kansas City Chiefs, because we've asked him on this show what he thinks the problem are. And he said he thought it was the Chiefs' inability to get off the field on third down. He thought the defense was the issue. The Chiefs had 9 draft picks. They used 7 draft pick resources towards their defense. Look at the last 2 drafts. If you want to include this as one big pot, last year you go get Ashton Gelati. Last year you go get Omar Norman-Lott. Last year you go get Noel Williams. You make the improvements to the defense. This year, you go all out on defense. You go get Peter Woods. You go get Mansour Delane. You go get the Kennedy kid. And you just completely start over with their defense. Finally, you know what excites me? The Chiefs, for the first time in about 3 years, have a new plan. And their plan does not just consist of, Pat, go out there and do everything. Pat, run around and be Superman and try to do more with less, and we're going to put everything on your shoulders. No, they have a plan. This year's Chiefs team is expecting to be able to run the football. This year's Chiefs team is expecting to be more dynamic, to be more forceful, to be able to fly around, make plays, and turn the football over with their defense. I don't know what to do with myself. I don't know where my hands should go. This is what I've been saying on the show for the last 2 years. They listen to me. This is the perfect transition into the second half of Patrick Mahomes' career. We're talking about a guy who has started to accumulate some leg injuries. He had a knee thing, a high ankle thing, an ACL thing. Football is happening to Patrick Mahomes. You know what you want to do is, now he's in his 30s. He's a father. He's got kids. He's a businessman. You know what you should be thinking now? You should be thinking about, how do we lighten the load off of this individual? But we are not worried, because when we need him to be the best quarterback in the National Football League, we have no doubts that he will be able to do it. He now has his James Cook. He now has turnovers that can be disruptive, that can be cost effective, because they got a lot of players on rookie contracts, and they are hoping that a couple of these guys turn out to be stars and they can be the foundation for the 2.0 of the Chiefs dynasty. I'm about to start singing songs on the drive today. Today is a happy day. Today is a glorious day. How can you not share in my person? I'm not here to argue about that. I don't care. They checked all of the boxes that you guys told me they needed to check. They have completely revamped their secondary. They went out and spent a reasonable asset on a pass rusher. There's still time in free agency to go out and make some moves. We'll talk about those guys. Everybody is finally coming aboard to the guy that I told you they needed to go get 2 months ago, and people told me I was in the what's right. Now it's Carrington's right. It's The Drive.
The Drive with Carrington Harrison on Kansas City's only FM sports station.
Since I was a kid.